Hi, my name's Austin. I play the bassoon, and this is how the bassoon works with acoustics and sound waves and stuff like that. So all of the sound starts here in my body, in my lungs, and in my diaphragm, and then comes up into the back of my neck and back of my throat, and into my oral cavity, and then here is where I concentrate it, and I blow it through the reed. The reed is a double reed, similar to the oboe. And there's a hole through the reed, and the reed is two pieces of cane slapped on top of each other, and they vibrate back and forth on each other, and they produce something called what we call a crow. And then we take the reed and we put it on this piece, which is called the bocal, or in Europe they call it a crook. And it takes the vibrations and the air from in here that's vibrating here, and it concentrates it into the tube that goes down into the body of the instrument. The bassoon is a woodwind, so I have tone holes, and I have a bunch of keys for my fingers to use, or for my fingers to activate, and they all extend the length of the tube. And I change my notes to go lower, I add more fingers to go higher, I take more away, and then do different combinations of fingers and my embouchure and air pressure to change the note. So if I were to play with absolutely no fingers down, it comes out as a concert F. In bass clef, it's the one in the staff, or F below middle C. And I can lengthen the instrument by putting down fingers all the way to B flat 1. And that's the lowest note that bassoons can go without putting PVC and stuff, like PVC piping in the bell to extend lower range. I can also play with the airspeed changing and getting faster. I can play pretty high. A very famous bassoon solo is the intro to Rite of Spring, which starts on the C above middle C. So up here. And fun fact, that song, Stravinsky actually literally added a key onto the bassoon to help with those high notes. The factors that kind of influence the sound and the resonance of the instrument is first the material that the body is made out of. Mine and most professional level bassoons are made out of maple wood, specifically mountain maple. They tend to stay away from the species of maple that makes maple syrup, which is sugar maple. But this does have a very sweet smell, like in the wood. And then the other factor is the type of metal that is used. Some bassoons, like mine, are silver-plated nickel keys. Others are pure silver. And one last thing that affects the sound colors and stuff like that is the bocal. I play on a silver Heckle bocal, but there are members of the bassoon studio who play on gold plate bocals. And the type of metal in the bocal affects the tone color almost more than the material of the body of the instrument. Some bassoons are made out of plastic. Those are normally lower level instruments, and then there are some that are wood composite, which is a mix of wood and plastic mixed together. Science, all that I don't understand. In the low range, the sound waves are very far apart. They're very large. So a lot of times composers will use that to kind of add a darker feel. And that dark feel, that's from a piece called Pastoral for woodwind quintet. And as we get lower, the pitch gets really round, just naturally gets very round. The reed is another big factor. I forgot to mention that earlier, but the reed changes. Whatever reed you use will change how the instrument responds. There are some reeds that give you a very like blatty sound, and there are some reeds that give you a nice full sound. So yeah, the bassoon can do a lot of weird, kind of quirky things. None that I really know, but they can do a lot of weird things, especially in the lower register. Composers really like to have bassoons play weird and fun things because of the nature of the instrument. So I'm going to play a piece by Weber. It is his bassoon concerto in F major, and I'm going to play part of the second movement. And it plays and utilizes the entire range of the instrument, sometimes very quickly. So. So in just that short time frame, I played a very bottom, low B flat 1, all the way up to the B flat above, or the B flat above middle C. The bassoon is a very interesting instrument, and it is also a dying race. There's not very many of us left out in the world. The key style will affect this production of the sound. My bassoon uses what's called a German style, because the bassoon did pretty much originate in Germany, kind of, sort of, maybe. But there's also a French style bassoon, and they have a completely different tone color to them, along with a different style, a different fingering chart, and different stuff like that. So that's how the bassoon makes sound, and that's what the bassoon sounds like. So yeah.